And in sports, Slavia Prague's Ondrej Kudela has been banned for 10 matches by UEFA after being found guilty for racist behaviour towards Rangers Glen Kamara at the Ibrox in the Europa League last month. And a one-match provisional suspension was given to Kudela last week, and this was also included in that sanction. UEFA also banned Kamara for 3 matches after finding he assaulted Kudela in the tunnel after the game. Now, Rangers intend to appeal against Kamara's suspension, which they described as severe. Now, we have the chief scout of the Nigerian national team, Tunde Adelakun, joining us on this one tonight. Good to have you with us. Now, this issue of racism seems endless, and it has raised too much concern. Now, do you think the 10-match ban is enough punishment? Because FIFA executive Alexis Sorokin said the decision is correct.
I will ignore what the FIFA executive said. I will pretend I didn't hear it. I really don't think that there's any argument about it. I think that the 10-match ban is an absolute joke. It's a travesty. For me, it's a slap on the face of everybody who has said one thing or the other against racial injustice in this game and in this world. There's no way a 10-match ban will justify what has happened on that day on the 18th of March.
Now, a senior Czech government minister claims UEFA only handed out a 10-game ban to the player for the abuse on Kamara in order to satisfy the perverted expectations of a small group of activists. How do you think the rest of the world will take this?
I think the rest of the world, not how they will take it, but how they should take it, is to slam this person with as much venom as is possible, because he's trying to play reverse psychology. He's trying to play the victim where there's nothing. And everybody knows what has happened. Everybody knows why it happened, how it happened, and where it came from. We all know that racism in the society is big. And as an extension, racism in football goes there. Now, it is the duty of governments, football associations and clubs to educate their players, to educate their personnel on how to comport themselves when it comes to racial matters. And if a member of a government is saying such nonsense, then I think it should be ignored.
Now, if you were in that position, probably UEFA, what would you do? How would you think will be the best? What would you take as the best punishment for racial behaviors?
I've always said it, and I said it again today. The match that I was watching before I came on set should not be happening at all. Because if I had any way, I'll throw Slavia Prague out of the Europa League immediately and ban them for like a year. Why? Because they need to take responsibility for the actions of their players. And if they can't educate their players enough to know the implication of racial slurs, to know that they are actually supposedly role models whose words, every word is being hung on to by every member of the youth fraternity in Czech Republic, then they have failed. And we have to make them stand up. You see, racism will not go away until we start to hurt the people who are benefiting from football. If we hurt them, if we throw them out of competitions, if we ban them, if we suspend them and ban stadia, they will be the ones who will be watching over their shoulders and telling players how to behave. Right now, we're not doing anything, and that is why it's still here.
True. Now, in the English Premier League, we have club sides who have said that they are going to abort social media for about a week, and I think it's a good one. Kick It Out as well have said that they're going to support all the clubs. And remember, recently we saw Heung-min Son of Tottenham Hotspur suffer racial abuse after they lost to Manchester United. What else can we... I mean, it looks like it is endless. Remember, Crystal Palace's Wilfred Zaha also said that he would not take a knee because it doesn't look like this situation is going to end anytime soon. And in the FA, are they doing enough to ensure that this stops?
I'm afraid none of the football authorities are doing anything enough, near enough, to actually protect the sanctity of the game and to protect the sanity of our players. I tell you what, I have worked closely with players for over 20 years. I know the effect of racial slur, of racial abuse. What did Kudela do to Glen Kamara? He called him an effing monkey. What did the authorities do? They banned him for 10 matches and they banned Kamara for reacting. To be called a monkey for 3 games, which effectively means that he was supposed to actually applaud the fact that he was called a monkey,
monkey,
and say thank you very much. Otherwise, he won't be banned. I think the authorities have to understand, and they don't, whether they do and choose to ignore it, which is what I believe, or they don't know, which I feel is very ignorant and means they don't deserve to be where they are. But the truth of the matter is that we have to realize and appreciate what exactly is going on, the impact of what they're doing on our players and on the youth that are the future leaders of tomorrow. Because I tell you, if they do it like this and they get away with it, the next one will be more and more vociferous and more futile and fatal, on the effect and on the sanctity and on the mental state of our football.
Wow. I just hope that this vice would actually come to an end very soon. But I'd like to thank you, the Chief Scout of the Super Eagles, Tunde Adelakun, for joining us on this one.
Thank you.